map offers South America, and we start talking about the projects. Guyana is a small country, but in the context of South American continent size, but is as big as United Kingdom. It's bordering with Venezuela, Brazil, and Suriname. It's the only country of South America speaking English, a parliamentary democracy for the last 20 years with very stable government. There is no relationship at all with or contact with Venezuela, and the Chavez effect is non-existent in this country. It's purely a ex-British colony. You can see on the map to the right the Atlantic Ocean and Georgetown, which is the capital of Guyana. All these rivers are navigable, and you can see the two existing operations. Rusal, the biggest aluminum company, is producing 2 million tons of metallurgical bauxite at Kwakwani, and the strip ratio for this mine is at the order of 8 to 10 to 1. Bauxite Minerals is producing refractory bauxite and also chemical bauxite at Linden, selling at the Merara River 110 kilometers upstream from Georgetown. You can see in comparison the position of the two advanced projects of First Bauxite Corporation, called Bonasika and Waratila, located 22 kilometers from the river and 45 kilometers upstream from Georgetown. So half distance from where Chinese are selling FOB at Linden. On top of all of that, Bonasika is coming with a strip ratio of 1 to 1, while Waratila will come between 3 and 5 to 1, and the Chinese are producing currently at 7 to 9 to 1 strip ratio. That will have tremendous effect on the final operating costs, obviously, on the mining side. This is a slide showing the three projects of First Bauxite. Same in more detailed map. You see the capital Georgetown. The first project is called Bonasika. It's a mining license of 400 hectares. Waratila Cartwright prospecting license, 4,000 hectares. These two are the red blocks that you see. You can see and bear the scale of this map. 150 kilometers is the length of our Essequibo exploration license, which consists of 8,000 square kilometers. Effectively, First Bauxite Corporation had too many projects for itself as a young company, and therefore we have optioned this last project, the exploration project, to Rio Tinto Alcan, whereas they have to spend the next $58 million to vest at 75% in two phases. But I will talk about that in a different slide. The Bonasika mining license is 100% controlled by First Bauxite Corporation. This is the project that we are currently doing a feasibility study. We are about 80% done in a 43-101 compliant report and the proper feasibility study. We hope to be filed within the Q1 2010. Effectively, we are targeting sometime within February, as it looks at the moment. The mining license is fully permitted with environmental permit to mine bauxite. We are expecting 15 months of development from the point we press the button for ordering equipment. And that's the constraint there is the building of calciners by a German company, subsidiary of ThyssenKrupp. So we are targeting first production, and subject to the positive feasibility study, obviously, the Q2 2011 at an annual production level of 100,000 metric tons of refractory bauxite. The estimated production cost will be in the order of $200 per metric ton. The average grade of Bonasika is coming around 56% alumina at a cut-off grade of 48% alumina. To put that in perspective, a typical metallurgical bauxite will operate between 43 and 50% alumina, and that indicates how high is the quality of this alumina. We have drilled at least 300 holes to date. The deposit is buried at about average of 7 meters of overburden, soft overburden, at Bonasika 1, and about 20 meters of overburden at Bonasika 5. Bonasika consists of 3 different blocks. We expect the mine life to be around between 7 and 9 years, with the 7 being very conservative. The raw ore will be washed near mine site and will be trucked 23 kilometers to the calcining operation that we will control, called Sun Hills, on the Demerara River dockside, where we will build also our storage and telescopic conveyor belts and the dock for export. This shows in more detail now the 3 blocks of Bonasika, and of course the Waratila deposits, which is a much bigger deposit, proven by 64 Alcan holes in the 60s to be about 5 times bigger than the Bonasika mine. However, this comes at a strip ratio of at least 3:1, and therefore the low-hanging fruit for first bauxite was the Bonasika high alumina ore, and that's why we start exploring and obviously producing down the line from Bonasika rather than Waratila. But effectively, Waratila will come to the market on year 3, and we have just purchased a sonic drill rig that we just starting now to drill at Waratila, production drilling in terms of resource outline and a second feasibility study to commence immediately early next year. During 2009, we have drilled 6 holes on Waratila just to test one part of the historical resource, and therefore we got the best hole out of the 300 holes drilled to date in Guyana from first bauxite. It intersected 9.3 meters at 61% alumina, but at a depth of 24 meters. So we are very hopeful that Waratila will be producing for at least 20 years of feed for the calciners. The Essequibo exploration license is a joint venture with Rio Tinto Alcan. The terms of the deal are to spend $8 million in 4 years. The deal was executed in May 2008. It's still active for Rio Tinto to move on to 51%, and an additional $50 million, effectively a feasibility study, to move to 75%. There is a relinquishment of 25% of this area every year, but we still have about 1.5 years to go on the license. The historical data compiled into proper GIS database, and we are talking about primary and secondary jungle exploration here. But there are 2 areas with very high hope, and especially the area between the Linden Chinese operation of Bauxite and Waratila deposits, which is a 75 kilometers area, drilled in the past by only 6 holes by Demba, subsidiary of Alcan, and proving bauxite between 52 and 58% alumina and thickness between 3 and 8 meters. So we're very hopeful that Rio's efforts in combination with First Bauxites will move these projects ahead. And I would like to specify here that the target for Rio Tinto Alcan is not obviously refractory bauxite, but rather metallurgical bauxite, a mine of at least 200 million tons. Slide 16 talks about the corporate strategy in our business plan. So we want to bring Bonasika mine into production as quickly as possible, create a positive cash flow, as you will see further down in the following slides, and therefore limit the company's equity dilution. Therefore, we will produce and occupy a void that currently exists in terms of a Western world producer and exporter of refractory calcined bauxite. This is going to be a fully transparent public company where everybody can see how much have we paid or how much are exactly the operating costs or the profits of this company, something that is rare. We will be the first North American company to come and produce refractory calcined bauxite exported to the United States and Europe. At the same time, we will move Waratila to feasibility study, initiated from the next month. And within 18 months, we will expand production and capacity into the production and delivery of calcined bauxite. Sometime in the near future, we want to diversify products to abrasives and proppants. I'm not going to discuss that in detail here. They require different specifications, a bit higher iron, but definitely can diversify our portfolio and leverage our shareholders' value. Also, of course, we leverage the shareholders' value through to a potential discovery by Rio Tinto on a major metallurgical bauxite deposit. And of course, as a young company, we are looking into further acquisitions of additional assets, but we definitely want to show focus at the moment in British Guyana.